Time to Morp is a colony automation sim, and if it's an automation game, you know I've got to try it. Now in Time to Morp, you take care of morps. These are quirky little creatures that morph into specialized resource harvesters depending on what you feed them. Think of gremlins, except it doesn't matter if they eat before or after midnight, and they stay cute, allowing you to grow a peaceful, thriving colony in a beautiful little world for your community or your friends even to live in, because they can join you too. But before we start automating, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Totalxclipse Games for sponsoring this video. And of course, if you are interested in Time to Morp, it's just been released to early access, and you can find the link to the Steam store in the description and pinned comments below. Let's get started. For today's video, we are going to be starting a brand new map, and we do have plenty of character options for us. We're just going to stick with what we've got for now, and you can see that we can randomize the map or not. So we've got plenty of replayability with this, and there are more options coming soon. Obviously that'll be for the full release, and we could join a multiplayer game, which I will be in stream shortly. But for this, we're going to run a brand new save just in single player. I must admit, one thing that I find is the art style is very colorful and unique. It's almost as if we're playing in a comic book. So here we are, we have just landed on the surface, and this is the tutorial aspect. It's just getting us to learn how to jump and move. So we're going to skip ahead of this, and then once we've got through the basic tutorial, we'll start building. This is the morp, and as you can see, it's just eaten I think it's a proton, and it's morphed into this, which now allows it to harvest the proton rocks. So this is going to be really key in us automating our base shortly. In order to automate, we first have to unlock the fencing, which can be done in the research tab, and you see here we have quite a lot to play around with from the get-go. So all of these are different researches that we can do, and at the moment we are looking for fencing over here. What this allows us to do is we can build a fence around these resource nodes, and in doing so, you can see we've created this enclosure for our morps. And if we click on the E button, you can see we can choose a theme. For this, we're going to want it to be the home theme for them. And if we click E when we're looking at the morps, we can see if they're happy or not. And at the moment, though they're sleeping, they are going to be well rested, and they seem to be happy with the amount of morps that are in the group. So they can't be too crowded. We can have up to 10 in here. But providing they're happy, they will produce proton for us, which we can do ourselves manually, but they'll be able to do it every morning for us. And if we want to add more, we can just pick them up and chuck them in. Look at you, you've been selected, and so have you. Now, in order to turn these into the morps that they need to be, we can grab the proton and then chuck it at them, and they will consume it. They look so happy. And now they are the rock-eating blue morps. It really is such an interesting concept for an automation game. I've never seen anything quite like it. A big part about this game is also the exploration element. So the further you go out, the more resources that you'll find and different biomes. But there are also these little caches that you can find littered around the world. Let's see if I can find another one. I'm sure. Here's another one. And what these do is give you some tokens which can be used for unlocking your decorational pieces. So like here, unfortunately, I need some pebble in order to unlock this one, but you can see afterwards we can unlock decor flowers or street decor using our token of decor. This here is a pebble cooker. It's the first real automation other than what you see here, which is these, which will produce the proton, and that will get absorbed into the simple chest. But if we attach a pump to the wall here, we can have it sent to another enclosure, the protons that is, such as this one, where it will consume the protons in order to produce pebbles. So we can fill this up right now, and that's just going to produce them for us. But later on, we will automate this. Next up, I think I need to build some houses. So for all of our crewmates that we find, we can house them. So if we look at our research, you can see here in the captain's house, we can unlock the captain's house and the engineer's house. And from here, we can build them. And this will allow our captain and our engineer to give us more quests. Right, I think I need to unlock the road so we can make this a little bit more like a little colony. It's feeling a bit barren at the moment. Here we need electrons for that. Electrons are from this little electron node here. I think it's called an electron node. And you can see that the cute little morps have turned into these young red morps, and so we're going to build another little cozy enclosure for them. Trust me, they like this.
Right.
There we go. And hopefully they'll be happy. Oh, we need a bit more space. Okay, will that do it? Yeah. So now that we've got enough space, these will hopefully, we can have up to 6 in there, start producing electrons for us. I love how we can stack them as well. We can have up to 3 at the moment. Just running around with morps in hand. But there we go. We have electrons being produced, and we also have our little simple chest absorbing all of the free electrons for us, so we can come and collect them later on. With that out the way, we're going to do a bit more research and hopefully unlock the next level of automation, which is with pipes. I've just come across this massive rectangular, is it rectangular or square maybe?
A square is a rectangle.
And I have this dream now of building all of the enclosures in here for automation and just chucking all of the morps inside it so you can see them scurrying beneath us. Maybe we'll make that happen. We'll capture all of the morps. At the start, this feels quite simple, but it's actually a lot more complex than it first appears. So here we have another resource. These are flowers. The flowers require watering. We can do this by hand if I have any liquids on us, which I do, thankfully. And by watering them, we now get these, I think they're called tech fruit. Now the tech fruit can either be consumed by one of these morphs, and it will become a tech morp. And these will consume the fruit in order to demonstrate.
No, I don't think I will.
Oh, okay, it's not going to do it. But these can also eat electrons or the tech fruit. The tech fruit will give us tech points, obviously, or they can eat the electrons to become one of these pink fluffy things, which looks very happy to see you. And in doing so, that produces these energy cells, and the energy cells can then be combined with one of the fruits to become energy drinks. Oh no, I think it's water. But anyway, it gets gradually more and more complex. So I'm going to expand on these, and then we'll get some cooking on the go. I have now done just a little bit of research, and I have unlocked the pump. Now the resource pump allows us to take the resources from one area, this one, and send them to another, like we were mentioning before. And then from here, we can place pipes down from our electrodes, or electrons even. Hopefully, in the morning, it will send it through. In fact, I could probably throw some down. We're going to need some kind of storage system. There you go. It's sent it off to here. But currently it's full, so that's why it's not received any. And that will automate the pebbles for us. There you go, you see? So now that we've got pebbles automated, we've got also our tech points, our proton and our electrons. We need to start working out how to do batteries. Now we have our energy cells here, and I believe the energy cells are produced in the manual battery cooker. And so we'll place this down here and just check it out. And we can see down in the bottom right that it uses 2 energy cells to produce 1 battery. So next we will build our little area once again and grab our pump. And there we go. Haha! Fantastic. Is that working now? Oh, it's gathering 10 at a time. The next thing that I need to do is automate these plants. I believe I've unlocked a sprinkler. Yes, down here. So I'm going to need to grab some more proton, and then we're going to set up some sprinklers so that these are automatically watered. And here we are. That should, if we click on there, start shooting out the water. Great! The next thing that I want to do is get these tech points sent to our base. I think that would be useful if we can start automating it so that it all goes to a storage area, so we're not having to run around and collect every item individually. It is just the start. We're now getting our electrons sent all the way along here. I do need to add the storage at the end, but the fact that we've got it this far is fantastic because our base is just there. Pipe length exceeds limit. Wait, I didn't know there was a limit. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to be a little bit smart about this. I think we're going to have to create a really small connection just here. Ta-da! Sometimes it's a touch finicky getting everything to go still the max length. Oh, okay. Ooh. I don't know what happened there. We got jolted up into the air. I wonder if we can do that again, actually. And then if we... Ah! That's so fun. Okay, so anyway, we have our electrons hopefully sent over to here. And then they will be sent along here to our storage facility. Oh, yeah, here. This is satisfactory getting at me now. Straight, no! Okay, we'll do it this way. There we go. Oh, there we go, our first electron. I'm going to place the storage. I wonder if we can do it there. Let's just give that a go. We'll play around with this. Target area is cluttered. Cluttered? Is that this area? Yeah, it looks like it. It'll only push it through if it's got somewhere to go. Right, so we will move that. We'll place that there. Is that working? I think that's working. It is working! Maybe. Yeah! Oh, fantastic. So that's the first item being sent to there. We now need to do that with this stuff. I think I've worked out something really powerful. So I've been running the pipes, and the problem is that long pipes use up a lot of electrons. What are you doing out? You must have eaten one of the loose ones. Anyway, the electrons tend to be quite slow to produce, so I've been really waiting on them for running my networks because I have another electron node which is so far away. But if you look over there, I've realized that we could create a single, in theory. I don't know how far these allow us to build, but I think we can run a little area all the way along to say here, as long as we seal it like so. Once we add our pump over this side, it will still draw the resources because it's part of the same area. So if I now throw one of these in, there we go. Oh, fantastic. That's going to save me a lot of electrons. Sweet. I just need to get it over here now. Now that we've got storage sorted, we're going to start working on the decoration of our base. I just want to connect them all with a road, really, and then add a few more pieces around. Because look, we've got all of these to play around with. Have like a little pumpkin. Not quite Halloween, though. And we're getting there. We've got our fertilizer, a little wheel. Oh, we don't have enough resources. Typical. What about these lights? They look kind of cool. We could maybe have one just up there. Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice. Got some more lights around. So here we have our storage facility. We also have our little road leading into our housing area. A little bench looking at some lovely flowers. And of course, plenty of lighting. I think the next thing that we're going to do now is to find that square block and start moving everything to there to be our central storage, because we're going to need a lot more space, I think. So, onwards and upwards. Here we are. This is the start of a brand new future for our morps. So this will be our new area for hopefully all of our storage. currently working on them now, and then we'll be able to send them to other locations in order to produce the items that we need. So I'm going to continue with this and hopefully finish this soon, and then we'll move on to the next step in my master plan. So we have our next problem, and that is that the tech stuff is getting, tech points are being sucked into here and absorbed, but we're also sucking through our tech fruit as well, which, ooh, I didn't know they popped. So what I think we need to do is, rather than have our little storage here, we need to add our pink creatures to the seed so that they can produce the energy cells, and also the tech morphs so that we can produce the tech points. But that doesn't solve how we're going to get just one type of item placed into one of these. So we'll have to have a look at that. But for the time being, we're going to, with these, rather than have a small area where the resources come into, we're going to have to expand this so that we have enough room for the morphs. Whilst I'm trying to set up a running factory, we do need to start automating our plants, because at the moment I'm having to manually set up these sprinklers to water the seeds. But I've found in the research tree, if we go to the wave generator, we can produce power from wave generators and then use power towers to distribute power to, if we scroll down here, water tech, and we can take the water from the ocean or the lake and then use the water inputs to sprinkle the water automatically to all our plants, which would take a job out of my hands and allow us to continue developing this. One thing though that I should probably do is just go about and find as many morphs as I possibly can and just put them in some kind of containment area so that when we need them, I can quite easily go and collect them. I definitely feel a touch evil grabbing all of these things, but it's going to save me a lot of time and effort later on. So for the time being, we're going to pop you into here. I think we've done it. These guys may not be that happy at the moment, but we will give them a proper home later on. But we now have enough research points to unlock the wave generator. So hopefully we'll be able to build one of these from the get-go. Ooh, laser towers, nice. We just need to find the ocean, which is over here. And then we just need to place it over here. Oh. I haven't got the blooming batteries. Right, back we go.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So we are back, and hopefully this time we can build this like so, and then... so this is how the power grid works. We need to connect the green line. Well, if it's got a green line, it's connected. So we're going to need a lot more resources, I think. Oh, but these can go much further out of range. Okay. We also need to bring the water from there as well. That is the water support. The sprinkler is what we need next. So we place that there, and then our water support acts just like our power pole, except it doesn't have as long a range. And we are just about there. Okay. We need our inlet pipe. Can this be placed anywhere? Oh no, I've been so stupid. We can place this on the ground. There we go. And it's just, oh, it's floating. Oh, that's kind of cool. Well, I know what I need to do next. We need to upgrade the other lot with another one of these sprinklers. And we probably need to add a few more water pumps as well. But guys, now that we've got our water automated as well as electricity, I think we're going to finish it there for this one. And don't worry guys, I did end up expanding this enclosure for our morphs. So I'm not that evil, I promise. We are going to put them to good use, harvesting resources in the future. But we are going to leave it there. If you are interested in checking out Time to Morp yourself, then do make sure to check out the Steam link, which is in the description and the pinned comment below. And of course, special thanks does go to Yogscast Games for sponsoring this video. And of course, to all of our supporters on Patreon as well. Most notably our Solarclipse Patreon, Firefless, as well as our Lunas, the Calamity, Ben and Star, and our Blood Moon of the day, which today is Jenny. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.